Okay, so can you tell me about your job?
My job is multifaceted. I handle a variety of different cases. I think we deal with everything to a child born, addicted to substances, up to people that are 17 or so that are charged with murder. It's kind of wide gamut there of just charges that kind of filter through this office. We kind of act as a liaison in between all the law enforcement agencies that work within the county, all the social service agencies that work within, for the state, through the county or whatever, and kind of acts like a funnel. And so we coordinate, plan with all those agencies and try to condense information and act as the liaison, with the juvenile court judge. So that's kind of a broad answer, but that's kind of my best one. We handle everything, involving a child from the time they're born until they're 18, just regardless of what circumstances may be.
Okay, and what about your job with also the Kids of the Community? What's your...
Kids of the Community, as far as the program director with it, we started some 18 years ago. We just, I really got tired of seeing the same people in juvenile court all the time, with the same problems, and I just really felt like that we weren't addressing just kind of basic needs, and that we need to redirect efforts toward interventions early on in order to, redirect the flow of people that come through the court system. So we kind of created Kids Community program. It's a grassroots effort just specific here to Warren County, and we just address needs as they arise. I think every child that walks through the door and signs in presents with different issues and circumstances and problems, and we try to handle a lot of those things, meet a lot of those needs kind of in a group manner, and that's hard to do, but as we develop a functional relationship with the children, needs just always seem to surface. So we started that just to try to address those needs, and found out that their lives were somewhat empty, and just tried to fulfill those needs and or gaps in their life. And so it's all inclusive as well. Wish sometimes we were building tires, or building a widget. We could, okay, got that one done, punch the call and go home, not deal with it. But you go home, or you think you're going home, you go to Walmart, and you run right back into, the person you're working with or whatever, and they need to talk to you or wherever. It's forever and always and everywhere. Healthcare or whatever. I run into people that I work with, through court. It's just the cliche about it's not what you do, it's who you are is definitely ingrained in both here and Kids of the Community.
So Kids of the Community, you've been there for, that started 18 years ago. How long have you been in your job?
I've been here for 28 years.
How did you first get involved with that?
It's crazy. Went to school, but I found out that they had a job up and actually started working, I guess, in intensive probation. And so, the court system, I guess, early on, it seems to be intriguing. It was always something that I just couldn't finish, I couldn't fix, I couldn't do. And it was probably one of the first things that I ran into. It was just a task I couldn't complete. And I'm a competitor, I don't give up. So I've just absolutely worn myself out for 28 years trying to. It's an unending task.
What is the most difficult part of your job?
Understanding different levels of success. Don't want to use the term civilians. Police call them civilians. Ordinary people, their successes are different from what mine or yours might be. And I think in social work, that's what that you just truly don't see. You're not completing a series of tasks in order to gain a goal. They try to, a business model doesn't fit within a life. You can't do A, B, and C and little G be good. It doesn't work that way, So my success with an individual is, or their success as an individual grows hugely different, amongst the people. So looking at their degree of success as far as your interventions with them is the most challenging task.
Decide what is the best part of your job.
This part of the job, I guess, is tied with that, seeing them excel, seeing them succeed, seeing them be better people, just celebrating their joy at accomplishment skills. Just it can be a menial task. They learn how to do something, whatever it may be. If it's learning how to make a waffle, like we did this summer, they're always going to know how to do a waffle. They'll do it the way that we taught them. A lot of times they don't have a mirroring point. They never saw anybody do a waffle before, and so I like being a point of reference or being good starting point for them. I like to watch them grow. I like to watch them like the balloon once it's blown up. I like to see them shine. Even though it's hard most of the time getting back in,
Yeah.
But I like to see them shine. I guess that's the most important.
So what is you've kind of already touched on this, but what is the purpose of Kids with the Community?
Purposes, I really think that's what it is. It's I used to say a lot that we try to help them pick up the pieces and mend whatever is broken within them, their spirit, their desire, their purpose in life, and just help them be a better person. I think our goal overall is just to assist them in being the best person they can be. We can't come up with a formula or a guideline, and evidence-based practices don't fit into that mold. But I want them to be the best they possibly can be. And that's going to be, it's different for me, it's different for you, it's different for the people that we serve. And so that's kind of the best answer for it. We just want to be there for them.
Does Kids of the Community utilize Second Harvest, do you think?
We do.
So what do you do with, how do you partner?
We've partnered with them probably now about 15 years. We started out primarily, they contacted us and kind of explained the agency's goals and objectives. And we started out doing a backpack program, I think, was primary. And we would get food for them all the time. And food insecurity is a big, big issue that I just wasn't aware of. We're supposedly, at one time, we were the greatest country in the world. I think we're faltering now, but food insecurity is a big issue. It's proven, is evidence-based. You can't focus if you're hungry. Kids.
So the class I'm taking is hunger, homelessness, poverty, and politics. How would you say your job relates to these topics?
Primarily, as far as hunger, we do see the need. It's irrefutable. You see a child that comes in like this summer that we've seen on Mondays. They usually haven't had anything to eat for Friday and Saturday, so they ate like savages. They ate like a lion sharing a kill, and it's ridiculous to watch. It's heart-wrenching to watch. They overeat. They eat bad food because it's filling. It makes you feel good or whatever. So that whole thing is skewed. Secondly, I guess as far as politics, again, your average Joe just doesn't know. Your average Joe thinks people in general, I think, in order to be okay with themselves, walk around in a dream state thinking that somebody has this under control. Somebody's handling this. I don't have to waste my time, efforts, energy, or financial resources on food insecurity because somebody else is handling that. What they don't understand is they're not. The politics, the answer to the question is, I think the average people don't know. Other people are making decisions, so they suffer, and they suffer. It was a three-part question. It's politics, and then what?
Homelessness.
Homelessness. We don't deal a lot. We had a young lady that was there, the motel girl. It's ridiculous how we label people, but we all learned that she lived in a local motel. Mm-hmm. And homelessness is always there, and that's the thing where you don't see it. And I think all aspects of homelessness are hidden. They just don't tell you, we don't have anywhere to live. Children are so used to, when people become truly homeless, they have been accustomed to it all their life that, hey, I'm going to live with Allison today. Hey, I'm staying with Barry for a couple of days. I'm staying with Barry's kids or what. It's like every day it's reiterated by the children that I don't really get it. Even it's my life's work. So it's hard for me to believe that I really don't get it. But
So what do you think is the cause of food security, at least in McMinnville?
insecurity,
Food insecurity.
proper planning, care and coordination of the food resources. Don't have a solution for how to handle that. I just know people. People are going to find some way of surviving, and that's the root cause of it right now. I think is and is there a way to stop that? One would be waste of food resources that we have available. That we could step up and reuse a lot of that stuff. And then secondly would be misuse of, the things that we have in place to ensure food assistance. It's just, and people are always going to manipulate the thing. You just always have to watch it as well. You can't be complacent and say, my food assistance program is the best in the world. It doesn't work that way. You constantly have to be tweaking it in order to get your best product.
So what do you think would help the people that are living in poverty?
Basically, it's an individual choice. As far as living in poverty, I've fought it all my life, and I think that it's almost something that they have to make a choice on their own. I think the things that help them most is some of the things that we try to do, show them the other side of life. If all you've ever known is to live inside your box, and your box is your box, you don't have any point for comparison. So you don't look toward anyone or anything to better your social situation if it doesn't appear to be wrong. Most of our children that we serve are being reared in the same manner that their parents were, and so it's kind of like almost an endless cycle. They don't have a point of reference. There's a big difference between a low-level rent address and a country club address. But if all you've ever seen is the low-level rent, you're just like everybody else. So that's your normalcy. So they're not exposed to a bigger, better deal. They don't know that if you work 60 hours a week, you can, buy more things and have better food and have better clothes and live in a better area. It's not an issue. So their point of reference is kind of skewed as to their world is smaller, their box is smaller. That's the number one thing. In order to have to address that, they're going to have to know that there is a world outside of the one that they're in. No better.
So think about the average person that you're talking about that has no idea. What advice would you give that person? Say they wanted to do something to help these people.
Find something that you're good at or that you would enjoy to do so it's not a task. It's like we have Warren County Food Bank, we have the Senior Center, we have Meals on Wheels, we have Helping Hands Ministry. Calendar out when you're going to help. Dedicate. We all can dedicate. I'm not doing anything. None of us are doing anything that everybody should be doing. So calendar out once a month. Here's an all idea: skip church one Sunday, and instead volunteer one Saturday to help somebody with food assistance. Help at a homeless shelter. Instead of going to church, do what they teach you in church to do. That in itself is an whole idea. And I think that if we all would do just a little bit of that, collectively, our efforts would multiply and serve the people that need it.